Hello, this is Gary, and thanks for joining. And for those that's not been here on the channel before, thanks for watching. And today I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be seeding up for transplants for your broccoli plants. It's a very good one to seed into a broccoli to grow your own transplants, because they're extremely high for what you're going to buy if you buy at the store. And a lot of times they'll be later than what you need to produce the broccoli and your brassicas. I found better results in the last few years of growing in the fall, but this year we didn't get I started the fall transplants, and due to some things they didn't get watered one time, then another time they got overwatered and I wasn't in town, so they didn't make it. So I'm going to grow some in the spring this year, and I'll find a place to put them. First thing you can do is I make my own seeding mix. Potting mix doesn't work well because they're too clumpy. So super easy. Basically, you get some peat moss. You go 2 parts peat moss, 1 part perlite. It's going to make a seeding mix somewhat like this. And the only thing you have to remember, I guess I'll go up like this has no nutrient value in it, just any fertilizer in it. So that's okay when you first start the seeds, but once they get started, you're going to need to put some type of fertilizer on it. I usually just use Miracle-Gro because it's easy. I use the small end of the spoon to every gallon to 2 gallons of water. You want to put out just a little bit of fertilizer and see how they react to it. Too much, you can burn them. If you're going to use organics, I don't like using organics on seedling starts, but if you're going to do that, you want to start them now, because it's going to take about 2 weeks for that organics to break down. So thus, if you wait till you get the first true leaves on the plants, then it's going to be, you're going to have 2 weeks that they're just going to be sitting there and might or might not survive. But anyway, this is I think it's Proptek 162, and I really like these. They'll last you a very long time. If you do see any little chunks like that, you just want to take them out and just fill up the trays. Some of them are already filled up from the last time I tried to grow broccoli. And I don't sterilize them. Some people do. I don't know. I didn't have that much problem with it. One thing I'm doing different this year, I've got these on the bottom of my trays to catch the water. You don't want these sitting in water. Once they come up, or even before they come up, it's just not a good idea, because you're going to get rot in them. Anyway, I'll fill this up right quick. Okay, and you want to make your markers, because you will not remember them. So I got my markers made up. I'm going to set them in there and get my glasses out, because the seeds on these things, I didn't need a marker. Look at Haas tools on some of those, they'll put a marker in there for you, which is really nice. They'll give you the planting depth and all that on the back of them, so you can go to 1/4 inch. So I set that there, and just what I do, I just push the middle in, because you want to kind of grow in the middle. So just make sure. Let's see if you got one that goes a little deep, put a little more in it. But I'm going to fill these back up to the top. And they are little bitty seeds. So, I don't know if you can see those or not. And just put in one per cell. Now, because you don't want 2 per cell, I think may happen, but you really need to thin those out. If y'all like me, you're going to watch, see how many I put in each cell, see if I screw up. And you know, if they don't all come up, that's fine, because I got way more than kind of what I need. I had 2 on that one. I don't worry, if I drop 2 of them in there, I'm not going to fish them out. Like that, and had the last 2, I had 2 of them in it. That's okay. This last one I'm going to have 2 in it. they don't make very good seeds for the next year. I try to use up all the seeds just because I may not, but I know I had onion seeds one time that I held for another year, and you can see exactly where those onions started because none of them came up. They were good the year before, had good germination. They just don't hold their germination from year to year, so you kind of have to buy new seeds each year. To be honest, I got more seeds than I thought I had. But these Proptek, we'll call them 162 because they have 162 trays in them. Kind of works out funny. But, and to save on labels, that's why I'm already doing that one. That's why I'm not putting label on each deal. I'm just low on labels. And that'll happen sometimes. And honestly, planting all these seeds, I've got way more than I thought I was going to have. Which is, again, and of course I'm one short. And then I'm going to continue to do this. I'm not going to bore y'all, make it just a long video. I drove my Goliath is going to be next. I'll start that there. So I know from here over, the next I'm going to be growing is Goliath, which has worked well for me in the past. Like I said, I've not planted these in the spring, so we'll find out. The purple cauliflower is another of the cauliflowers I'm going to be planting. Minuteman cauliflower, it's good because it's only 50-day germination, and that germination is supposed to be from the time that you plant it. Now, I think that's being a little bit generous. I don't think they're going to do that, but this one, the twister, is 75 days, so it's going to take almost another month for those to make. So hopefully those will make and come out good. After I put these in, I take, now this is, I think perlite works better. This is vermiculite, and I just cover them up with that because it'll keep the moisture in on it, and that's how I cover them up. You can use, and people for a long time have used just the potty mix to put on top of it. Then after you get all this on, you just have to make sure when you water it, you want to water it real gentle. You don't want to splash that water in and then splash the seeds out into another tray. That will happen sometimes anyway. But and I'm not going to put the water in because I've got these other seeds sitting on the table, and it's going to send water everywhere. But that's going to be how they're going to look. I kind of come all the way up to the top, and that's all there is to it. It's seed starting is not hard. Now you're going to have to make sure that it stays moist, not wet. So you got to do that. You don't want them sitting in water. But as long as you keep them moist, not wet. Now you do want to. I'm going to bring them back into the house. I'll probably put them on the lights. The only reason I put the lights on there is to give them a little bit of heat. I don't have heat mats. Heat mats I think are a good idea. That's just expense I haven't tried to take on yet. I haven't had that much trouble getting them to germinate. So here in a couple or 3 weeks I'll show one that has germinated. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, hit like, and hope you subscribe. Thank you. This is how I got my setup inside. That's right there is right at 2 inches. And the reason I show that is just for the fact that's how close you need to be. A lot of times you see people, and I have that light that I have it way up here somewhere. It does not provide enough light for the plants. Now these plants, once they start sprouting, I'll put them back outside because as long as it's decent weather. I'll adjust the lights right there. Those little toe straps that you get at the grocery store, and just move them up and down on the lights so I can adjust them. But anyway, just kind of show you, you do need to have those lights down close to give them enough light.
Thank you.